What is up, gamers? Tarkov TV happened today. Here's some quick notes and a quick rundown of everything that happened. If you're just here to know when wipe is, or how to enter and what the promo codes are and what you get from it, I'm going to start off with that. Okay, so the promo codes are on screen right now. What's important to remember is you need to capitalize them when you enter them. In order to enter them, go to your Battlestate Games launcher, click on the down arrow under your profile name, hit activate code, and then you'll enter them here. So you're going to see I've already entered them. So when I type them in, it's going to say promo code already entered. Otherwise, you'll get green saying, hey, you're good to go. You'll do it 4 different times for the 4 different promo codes on screen. And that's it. All right. So if you're only here for the promo codes or you want to know when wipe is, well, wipe is early August. We got about 2 more months from the time I release this video. You may like that, you may not. I don't know. It is what it is. BSG, Tarkov, insert all the memes here. Awesome. Thanks for stopping by. Like, follow, subscribe, hit me on the socials. Check me out live on Twitch. Here's the gear you get. So if you guys are still here, you probably want to hear a little bit more detail and kind of jump into it. To be honest, I'm not this amazing professional content creator. I'm a guy in a basement that makes content, but I want to try and get this info out to you guys and maybe start stepping my game up a little bit. I'm Squib. I'm the progenitor of the Squib channel. It is a persona I decided to create for my new online streaming career that I'm attempting to get off the ground. So if you see little issues and problems with the stream, I know it's not the highest quality video and everything. That's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking to have fun. I'm looking to build a good community, and I'm just looking to laugh and make other people laugh, really, at the end of the day. So if that sounds like something that you're interested in, you like Tarkov, you like RPG games, you're just a nerd overall, weirdo, a geek, an outcast, this is the place to be. Come join my Discord. I'll have it in the links if you're watching this on YouTube, if you're watching it on TikTok or wherever. You just go check out my channel. Come join the Discord. Come hop in Twitch. Ask me questions, and we'll point you in the right direction. Otherwise, yeah, let's go over some notes here. So the first thing is the new trader and the arena integration. His name's going to be Ref. If you see it on screen here, I'm looking at my notes. You're going to be able to transfer, what is it? So it's not GP coins. You're going to be able to transfer your rubles. But in order to purchase with Ref, you'll need GP coins, which is kind of interesting. And you can earn those through arena, but also you can find those in Tarkov, but it'll be easier to earn them in arena. The whole point is to, I guess, integrate arena and EFT more because they're supposed to be in the same universe. I don't know. I think it's a little bit of a bad business decision to force people to have to play a different game that they admit is a different game, but also is like supposed to be part of the main game. I don't know. It's BSG and Nikita. I mean, look, I just like the game. I'm going to keep playing it, and they're going to keep screwing us around. It is what it is. You know, what am I supposed to say, right? So, but yeah, he'll have specific keys, GP coins, and by completing his quest line, which you'll have to play arena to complete his quest line, you'll get the Theta container, which is this new container that I'm going to show on screen here in 1 second. So stupid. And yeah, it'll be somewhere between Gamma and Kappa. So yeah, you can think what you want about it. I think it's fun. I like the little 4 slot and the whatever. It's cool. Whatever. So next, they were talking about Unity and client-side PvE. Specifically, you'll be able to host the server client-side if you're playing PvE single player. That's so they can offload some of their burden they have with hosting servers for people. Nikita said 70% of PvE players play solo. there's no statistics to back anything up that he's saying. This is just what he said on stream today. And then the Unity update, I believe the quote was, "We finally have it running well, or running okay, or pretty well," or something like that. It was not, didn't feel confident, but Unity 2022 is what they're trying to update to. They said they want to have it out by release. That's the plan. Take it all with a grain of salt. Once again, BSG, EFT. So the next step is armor and AI adjustments is what he talked about. Essentially, he talked about how he knows that AI needs to be improved. They're working on it for PvE specifically to make the PMC AI better. He didn't mention whether this is going to apply for PvP as far as regular scavs go and rogues and whatnot. So we'll kind of have to wait and see on that. But as far as PvE, he wants to adjust AI. He even mentioned talking about making it so you can adjust the difficulty, and they want to implement modding and all that as well. So hopefully that comes into play. Then he said he knows that the new armor system is a little complex and there's too much RNG. They want to simplify that. The big thing he mentioned is to increase the side hitboxes so you're not getting armpitted so often, and that they want to simplify it is what he said. Make it a little easier to know what you're doing, what does what. And yeah, so hopefully, we'll see. He was very vague about that one, so we'll see what happens with that. Okay, so this is one of my biggest things that I think can make the game so much better and retain or keep player retention up, right? Like keep people hanging around, is the quality of life. You see this here. In-game polls, you'll be able to get rewards by participating, so we're not just getting the people that are big on Twitter, like THICC and Gingy and Airwing Marine and Pestily, all the big names, right, who their tweets and their posts and comments get out there, and that's what's getting read. We're getting more than just those people, hit the actual main casual player base and all that. So that's also much needed. They talked about that with the Pestily interview. Achievements will not reset between wipes. They said at first something about progress might get reset. They're working on trying to keep progress between wipes. That shouldn't be challenging. I don't know why they couldn't just save that in a database and remember your progress and then not delete it on the wipe. That shouldn't be too hard. So hopefully that's not an issue. Gear clipping, really cool. Gear's not going to clip. You wear a hat and a beanie, whatever ears, it should all look better. Nikita talked about how they're working on new weapon animations and everything too, and he shouted out how that's his favorite team, or that's their best team and they're amazing and all this. So hopefully that comes together well. If you're like me, I love aesthetics. I love the idea. Like I would pay for DLC to wear jewelry and be able to have different outfits that are unique that you have to pay for and stuff. Like that doesn't bother me. It lets them make money, not rely on cheater income, and so that's me. I think it's cool. I like achievements too. I always used to build up my Xbox gamer score growing up, so what else here we got? Manual settings. Just talking about manual input of settings, tinkering with flashlight utilities, all the different tooling, turning on and off lasers, making it more simplistic, more automated, make more sense. I don't know what he means by that. There's a lot of English to Russian translation that he had going on. Certain things like saying like there's new events for map to map travel, but is it an event or is it just a new feature? Like, I don't know. We'll have to wait and find out with some of that stuff. Some of that just comes down to the translation, which is always an issue on all of these Tarkov TVs. Audio enhancement, he brought up occlusion zones, balancing occlusion zones, making them better, making it mesh better. So like certain maps, right? Like if you're, like let's say you're in customs and you're in the stronghold in the center of map and you're up top and you're down below and you don't hear a damn thing, but maybe up top they hear you coming in. why can't you hear them and they can hear you, right? That's something that I noticed, just trying to balance those occlusion zones and changing and tinkering with the range of audio. So when like PMC's voice line and running and stuff, that's something that they've tinkered with a lot throughout the years, hopefully. Yeah, so they're going to keep tinkering with that, and we'll see how that goes. FPS optimization, he mentioned streets, and he said better lobby performance. I don't know what he means. I don't know if he means like loading into hideout and out of hideout, and like if you load into your hideout, you're gonna mess with your frames or whatever. I don't know what he meant by lobby performance, but he said FPS optimization for all maps. That's one of the big focuses right now, with streets being the main focus. Obviously, we all know. I mean, I had to upgrade my PC and I'm barely getting 50, 60 frames, so it is what it is. Additional features, armbands for both shoulders like they do in Arena, and he said altering default weapon conditions and more. He didn't necessarily go into extreme detail of everything, but he said there's going to be different conditions for the weapons and the quality and the different weapons you pick up. Once again, I don't know what he meant exactly by that, because Nikita being Nikita, he only jumped in so far, right? But one thing he didn't mention is, like, for example, if you do the tracksuit quest and get Killa 50 times, then you get the tracksuit and you'll keep it throughout the wipes. That's awesome. I hope they do that, because that's one of the big reasons I never hunt Killa, is like, what am I gonna spend, you know, a month of my wipe hunting Killa to get the tracksuit and then lose it? It's always like frustrating. So hopefully that stuff all comes into play by full release. Just these quality of life features really, really are crucial. All right, this was interesting. This is where I got a little confused. He said new events and mechanics, right? So when he said events, I was previously led to believe that location to location traveling was just going to be added to the game. You're going to be able to drop off loot and send it back to your stash, go to the next area, so on and so forth. But he said this is a new event. That could be a mistranslation. I don't know. Hopefully we'll figure more of that out in the future. But location to location traveling is coming to the game. Talked about mortar strikes. He said potentially being able to call them yourselves, but more along the line of special events where there are mortar strikes and you have to avoid them. Kind of wild. I kind of like it. We'll see how they put that into play. And then tripwires and landmines. We might lose half the community on this one. You're going to be able to plant tripwires and landmines on dead bodies, as well as AIs will be able to do that. Specifically, a new boss that will specialize in landmines and tripwires, that will hunt down players based on a PMC karma system that they plan to subtly introduce at first, so we won't even know when it gets added. So assuming one of the updates, based off, like, if you sit in the bush too long, if you exfil camp, I don't know how they're going to track that. That's a challenge for the devs, and I'm very excited to see how they pull it off. But the idea is you'll lose karma, and this boss will come hunt you down if you have negative karma. So that's super interesting. That's going to change the game. It'll keep rats on their toes and different exfil campers and bush Wookiees and all that. So we'll see. I'm excited for that. I hope they do it well and it works. I think rats will always survive. I think they'll find a way. But super cool. The tripwires, landmines, planting on dead bodies is wild. You'll be able to disarm them, so some sort of system of checking before you get blown up. Maybe you have to crouch walk to them and check the body or something. I don't know. They definitely want to slow down gameplay, though. That is for sure. So they want to slow it down while also keeping you from, like, ratting and camping. So weird balance there. I kind of like it. Kind of think it can go terribly wrong. We'll see. Okay, so this next one is interesting. A total factory rework, as well as new weapons. So the new weapons are including is a Desert Eagle and SR3M, a couple of variants of Uzis, and the M60 LMG. If you watch the video, they showed the cool the reload animation for that. So they're adding bipods, which you'll be able to plant both vertically and horizontally, and you'll be able to put them on the sides of walls or on top of different barriers. That'll be interesting. Get better accuracy, but kind of put yourself more in the open. And then a total factory rework. They said new graphics, which I imagine will come into play with the whole Unity 2022 thing. And then a complete rework. They said they will keep old factory is what they called it for special events for nostalgia's sake, but they want to rework the map completely. So that'll be interesting. I think it needs it. Factory. It's for those of you that love it, you love it. For me, it's, I don't know, it just doesn't hit right. But so I'm excited for that. I'm excited for that one. This next one's interesting. They are working on, so he said he's working on, and that could mean 2 years from now, but I know Pesley's brought this up a whole bunch, as well as a bunch of other streamers that want a hardcore mode or hardcore servers. They said a hardcore system is in the works. They are currently designing the system. I would love that. I am one of those people that have a really hard time following a set of rules that aren't hard implemented. So that would be really cool to have that mode and force us to follow and to force everybody else to follow the same set of hardcore rules. I'm excited for that. And then advanced hideout management. They posted a bunch of pictures. Hop in my Discord, you can see them. There is images of like a new cultist hideout section, and then different mannequins to store armor. And there's something else too. I'll have to go check it out for you guys. But come up in the Discord, check it out. Multiple different new hideout sections. There was one section I just couldn't tell what it was. So a lot of that we'll find out. You know how BSG is. They release things so piecemeal and so obscure through the fog. And finally, there was a bunch of questions answered in the chat. You can see on screen here. I just took some of the main notes. There was even more talked about. You can go back and watch the VODs and check out the whole thing. But they're talking about an arena patch that's coming in August that should include the arena linkage as well as custom loadouts. So that should make people pretty happy. They mentioned TwitchCon. They were like one of the main or major hosts for TwitchCon. We'll see how that goes. Nikita started talking about and hinting at a huge event in October. And man in the back in the balaclava said, hey, shh, quiet. So we'll see how that goes. Further customization of armbands and clothing. I mentioned this earlier, keeping the gear like the killer tracksuit throughout wipes. Loading screen options. So they said different options while loading of things to do, such as viewing other party members' inventories. So there, who knows, maybe like, they'll add Snake and you can play Snake while you're loading. I don't know. Seasonal adjustments. They're going to add autumn and season. They're going to add the autumn season and fall foliage, and you'll be able to control and tweak on PvE, both difficulty and seasoning the season. And then a roadmap will be coming out. So I'll get that as soon as they post that, and I'll put that on Twitter, and I'll post it in the Discord, and we'll go over it a few minutes live one of these days. New figurines look really cool. Killa, Rashala, Tagilla, one more as well. But yeah, new figurines, scav changes. This will be huge. They want to randomize scavs, so you won't be able to pick your map. When you scav in, you'll scav into a random map. Personally, as somebody who hardly scavs, I'm okay with that. I kind of love it. I think it'll help balance the game, keep all the scavs off streets all the time. Some of you might hate it. I know a lot of people that scav only. Like, they hardly PMC, if at all. They only scav. So, I guess you got to be a true believer or something. I don't know. And something else that was mentioned at the end is unique EOD dog tags. That was one of the questions. They've talked about that forever, so that should be pretty cool. But yeah, really, other than that, guys, that is the majority of everything that was talked about. I definitely tried to get through it pretty quick. This is the first of these type of videos that I made. If you don't know who I am, it's your first time watching this. I'm not a professional video editor. I don't have any college degree. I don't have anything, I'm not, this is all me just figuring this out as I go. I love old retro rushed pixel vibes, and so that's just very my style, is this kind of rushed, silly, janky sort of vibe. If you like it, if you mess with it, please come check me out on Twitch. I'm a very new streamer here. I'm looking to grow. Our community is about 30 to 40 strong now. Some really cool people. A bunch of dinguses and goobers, man. I do some live programming here and there. But other than that, yeah, that should sum it up. I hope you guys like this video, and I hope I can keep making better videos, improve quality, improve consistency, and yeah, I got nothing else to say, man. I'm Squib of the Squib channel, and I'm out.